CCTV Lon Rashapi daga Frank Motors Kajaka dekali ga bathamai jong Tata Motors halat ko ni Shnong ringkat bakanet foodish ordal mapi nginwan ramani hakir dobyeng jongpi
Professor Rakesh Sinha ubalong MP jong yeng dorbar thau ain Raja Sabha hakasngi Plie jong khatsau tarik upnaya jong arajar arfuar ulapin bana pajba ba unsa Plie ya ka virtual clinic na ka benta ban ajing Sumar ya ki pajba nang Shnong jong ka Shnong Kongthong ka Shnong ka bahap hapo ka khat ar Shnong light kro community and rural development block kani ka jing shimkhia jong nu MP ka Raja Sabha kalong hadin ba ula shimti ban pet ya ka bha kamyat jong ki pajba ka Shnong Kongthong ka balong ka Shnong ka balap nanam hakeleng ka perthei baka donnya ka surjing ruai kenot yaubei ya ka baka sarkar India ka treshitom ban penrung ya ka Shnong Kongthong hapo ka UNESCO khanang ban penne pensa ya kani ka riti ka dastur jong ka Shnong Kongthong Hagajinya keren bakilat patai kubor hanong ba Shlong u Professor Sinha ulapen paru ya kajing snodiau halor kajing sadin jong kani ka Shnong wala kadai ka Shnong ka baju kring bha ya kinong jingok kai perthei amtang negeri India Henry wat nabari ru kumjo dang hakasni balang jong ka khatlai trik ubna yayong arajar arpuar uniu MP ulala yu kejat hakasnong Kongthong pan ajing yarap da kiksing ringam shakinong Shnong jong kani ka Shnong.
First, I congratulate and thank Prime Minister that he mentioned Kongthong twice. On Meghalaya Day, he mentioned that unique tradition of Kongthong, that is listening village, and that became viral. And Prime Minister mentioning the name of a particular village and unique tradition gives us a bigger identity. Therefore, I thank Prime Minister. I also thank Chief Minister Sumar for taking a special interest in Kongthong's unique tradition and helping me whatever I want to do there. So I thank both Prime Minister and the Chief Minister. Yesterday I distributed 400 these boxes and kits to the almost 40 families. In Kongthong there are three important things. One, the unique tradition, but there's two that accompanied by the poverty, extreme poverty of the people, lack of educational facilities, lack of good transport. So what we are planning to do, they're forming a cooperative society in Kongthong Cooperative Society. That would cluster the Rangwag Shnong villages, 18 villages, cluster of 18 villages. So business of broom, honey, pan and other tribal products through this cooperative society, so that till now the tribals have been extremely exploited. I am giving example of broom. Broom sticks, they sell it in quintal. 13,000 per quintal. Now the rate has increased because we started raising the voice about their exploitation. So in last 2 years they have raised the 1 quintal 13,000. It is higher, but generally they sell in 9,000, 10,000, 11,000 quintal. So particular broom cost they get 10 to 15 rupees maximum. That broom is sold in Ceylon 130 rupees, 100 rupees, 95 rupees. So in a distance of just 60 kilometers, the gap of the price is more than 60. So this cooperative society would serve the tribal because their economic empowerment is my one criteria. Second is that, my priority is that, besides economic empowerment, making a political empowered, the political consciousness of their rights. Till now they are merely voters. They are voting during after every 5-year election, but they don't know what their rights, who are their representatives. So making them empowered, that political empowerment we achieved. I think more than economic empowerment, now tribals are very conscious of Kongthong about their rights, their own unique features. They are connected with the New Delhi and Shillong. They are raising their voice. Second, political empowerment. Third is that sustainable development. Outside, many NGOs are helping. And I also thank CRPF, Northeastern Region Head, Sonali Misra. She is there. Many people is there. Many NGOs are working. But that is not the main thing, basic thing for tribal. Because someone coming and helping economically, that is a temporary and transitional thing. Making them self-reliant, sustainable development is important. That's why cooperative will help them for sustainable development. I thank government because broom sticks are free. They are not the part of the forest, so they are taking it from forest. Now they can achieve the economic advancement through cooperative. This is one. Yesterday I met the Sardars of Rangwa Shnong, 18 villages cluster. They came to me. They raised the issue of the very important issue that I adopted 3 more villages on their request. I was not in the position to adopt them, but they requested, their insistence, their love and concern that Maumang, Mausud and Sadar. This is very last time I visited Maumang, 45 minutes without any break. I have not stayed a single minute. Then it took 45 minutes. Very difficult route. And 45 minutes I went, 45 minutes I come back. So if someone is ailing, it is very difficult for a person to survive and coming to Shillong. They will first come to Kongthong, then they come to Shillong. No medical facilities, good medical facilities are available in these 3 villages. That is a sorry state of affairs. So I am starting a virtual clinic. Virtual clinic means there would be some trained staff there. There would be some facilities. If anyone is ailing, he or she would come. He will examine, and by the camera, the doctor will see and prescribe some medicine. So I am going to start virtual clinic by May end or midst of 2022 May. Virtual clinic. Because I adopted a village in Bihar where I started a virtual clinic that is very successful. Now I am managing the resources to start it without government's help. Second. Third, one gate is being constructed. That will be a very traditional gate that is also non-governmental help on mobilizing the resources of the common people. The gate would be prepared. That was a symbol of the Kongthong. Till now we have constructed 6 toilets, 6 toilets for both gents and female, modern toilets, distributed almost 200 dustbins, latest dustbin, green dustbins for cleanliness drive, and the most important thing is that vending machine for sanitary napkin. Largest section of Indian women in tribal, in Dalit and the rural poor, they don't use the sanitary napkin, which is very essential. Right to hygiene should be the fundamental right. Every woman, every male should have right to hygiene. But after independence, after 7 decades of independence, largest section of Indian women, our sisters and mothers don't use. So I installed the vending machine in Kongthong. Now we will send some trained social worker and nurses to enlighten the young women and women to use the sanitary napkin. But the machine has been installed. We distributed also thousands of sanitary napkin there. So these are the development, and there is also a chance of flower industry. You will be surprised to see that unique flowers are there, but people are unaware of that. So they can use this flower industry. Kongthong has huge potential for exporting flowers. The kind of flower in Kongthong, you will be really surprised. I will show the picture. And third thing is that malnutrition of women. So I wrote to the Women Commission, I wrote to the Child Commission. Child Commission has written to the district administration. So every child's weight, height, and nutritional status we are going to get. Last day DC came to meet me. I informed the DC that I am coming. So DC, she is very nice, and PC is word Lalu. She came to meet me in the late evening here, Panur. She is very kind. She is visiting on 16th there, and on 16th she has called all the officials, PhD, education, because school's condition is not good there. So she is visiting on 16th, 10:15 a.m. And I said about that. Road should be connected from Sadar to Kongthong. Connectivity is main problem. So road should be transited. Second thing is that Kongthong's beauty is unparalleled. Meghalaya's beauty is unparalleled. Minus illegal mining and illegal stone mining, illegal coal mining, that is the separate part. I have raised many questions there, Rajya Sabha. Now I don't, it is not yielding much. But what I find that there is huge potential for, so I am inviting Bollywood to come there and have a film. But at the same time, I am trying to make Kongthong tobacco free, plastic free, tobacco, plastic and litigation free. This is my target. I started a study campaign against the tobacco. Some people are using. I went there. I trying to convince them. And now I will campaign that. I will bring some more IITians there who will come meet the people. And today I made a group of some youngsters here from Shnong, and I requested them to go in Shillong, have a culture program, and convince the people not to use tobacco. This is prone to cancer and other diseases. And so environment should be protected. We should not do anything which would damage the environment. So protecting the environment and development. So what we require now, the tourists from domestic tourists plus international tourists are coming. Yesterday also there was tourists from Argentina. So they are coming attracted by this tradition. And I also thank Government of India that it proposed the name of Kongthong without my any effort. Had I been made effort, then it was a member of parliament for ruling party. Without any effort, Kongthong has been selected as the best tourism village before the United Nations Tourism Organization. Now I am proposing the Kongthong, the part of intangible cultural heritage of UNESCO. Because one village from Turkey, Koskov, has the same tradition of whistling, has a population of 700, here population is nearly 400. 700, but if you include children, that is the part of the UNESCO's cultural heritage. So I am proposing this village as a cultural heritage, and I hope that now, and also I am demanding the government, state government and the central government both together, at least the state government should take initiative for the road connectivity from Shillong to there. In between there is a very bad shape of road, so tourists are coming. There is landslide, so we have to do something so that the danger of landslide should be deterred. Third is that in Kongthong, a museum, a scientific lab should be established, plus museum, where there is a research on this tradition, preserving the tradition, researching the tradition, and evolving the tradition. We have also to evolve this tradition. This is one of the best tradition, most beautiful tradition. This tradition should not die. I also met the Vice Chancellor of NEHU. Yesterday he came to meet me, I invited him. And I discussed about the Kongthong's tradition. He was very happy, and I suggested him to establish because NEHU belongs to the northeast. It is a central university, but it is located in Meghalaya. So it is moral duty of NEHU to do research and study on the micro tradition of Meghalaya. I know one tradition. There may be 100 other traditions of the people. No tradition should die. India is a land of diversity. If diversity dies, India will die. Idea of India is diversity. Diversity must be protected with harmony. So I requested him to establish a center for study of micro culture of northeastern region. Naturally, Meghalaya would be the primary. So he almost accepted. Now he will discuss with his colleagues and the other bodies, and I hope that he would establish. These are the developments. First, I adopted as a citizen of country. I feel that I raised this issue in the parliament. I raised the issue that there is unique tradition, so whole parliament was very happy to know. And parliament's, our chairman was also very happy. Then news came to the people of Kongthong. They contacted some social worker in Shillong that we want to meet Rakesh Sinha. This is history. Because journalists started coming, Kongthong, Telegraph, Hindu and all, and your local papers. Then I came to visit, meet the people. Then I visited twice, thrice. I started work. Later on, I adopted in the Pradhan Mantri Adarsh Gram Yojana. I added. Because this has additional advantage that all the schemes get the priority. So in the first 2 years, it was my adoption as an individual, not MP or individual. Later on, I added to the Pradhan Mantri Adarsh Gram Yojana. So here also I will start virtual clinic, and my request to the government that a doctor must visit these areas at least 3 days, 4 days in a week. And they should spend the time, they should distribute the medicine. And also I will do one thing, there is a indigenous medicine used by tribals. So all the data should be collected, how they cure by their own indigenous method. And they are tried and tested method, but scientifically they have to be proved. So the research should be done on their traditional medicine, traditional healing method. So these things should means tribals' culture, their traditional culture, traditional life pattern must not be disturbed by the development. That is the first and primary criteria. If ecology and their traditional life is disturbed, development not at the cost of their traditional life, development not at the cost of the ecology. And their health is very primary, health and education. School is not in a good condition, there are lack of benches, lack of sitting places, there are only 3 rooms. So, and I talked to the donor minister and also the sports minister. He is ready to help on the football playground. So I will talk to the state center for the playground. I'm also going to talk to the Minister of Culture for the formation of a museum and also the scientific lab. So Kongthong should emerge as a brand ambassador, as a geo identity is very important. In the world there are geo identities. So this should be patent should be Kongthong and cluster of villages should get the patent of for the geo identity. It is related to culture. So somewhere in Meghalaya we can have at least 50 places where a special food, a special tradition, that all should be acknowledged by the United Nations and also the culture ministry.
The name whistling comes from the outsiders, okay. But actually in Kongthong, we call it Jingwayabe. So there is no proper meaning to translate in English or Hindi about Jingwayabe. But the outsiders, because they saw people, we are singing tunes, we are whistling also. That's why they call it, there is a meaning whistling. So actually it does not come from our village, means from our people, but it comes from other outsiders. So anyway, but you can go whistling. It has been spread since, means more than 10 years now, I can say. Means since that time when people coming then they call it whistling. So we cannot catch whatever it has to fly away. But maybe like later on, like when we are in cooperation with the institutions like NIHU and some other, maybe we can see on that. Because for this we have to take a collective decision. Because I think like we cannot just only one person can see that this is the right one, this is the wrong. So the only thing is that whatever interpretation as Sir said, I think there's no harm for that. But the only thing is we are enjoying our Jingwayabe, our traditions, as has been practiced till now.